The sunshine kissed the lawns of Wimbledon on its 8th day in 2025, but no light shone brighter than the unexpected and stirring sight that unfolded in the royal box, a moment that would leave both royal watchers and casual fans breathless. Carole and Mike Middleton, the ever-gracious parents of the Princess of Wales, made a surprise appearance alongside two other prominent royal figures, Duchess Sophie of Edinburgh and none other than King Frederick X of Denmark. This wasn't merely a gathering of dignitaries to watch tennis, it was a tapestry woven with history, symbolism, and emotional undercurrents that told 1,000 silent stories in a single frame. It was the kind of appearance that seemed simple on the surface, a royal box filled with well-dressed individuals sharing polite smiles and laughter. Yet, for those who have followed the royal families of Britain and Denmark, this moment was bursting with meaning. To understand the weight of that day, we must look beyond the surface, beyond the tennis court, and into the delicate threads of royal life, diplomacy, family dynamics, and international ties. Carole and Mike Middleton have long maintained a low-key yet quietly influential presence within the British royal framework. While they are not royals themselves, their daughter Catherine, the Princess of Wales, is arguably the future Queen of the United Kingdom. Their sense of dignity, discretion, and family-oriented values have always set them apart from other figures adjacent to royal life. Their presence at such a high-profile event as Wimbledon is not without precedent, but this time, it was the company they kept that made all the difference. Sitting beside them was Sophie, Duchess of Edinburgh, formerly the Countess of Wessex, now one of the most beloved working royals. Sophie has stepped up remarkably in recent years, particularly since Queen Elizabeth II's passing and the health challenges of King Charles III and the Princess of Wales. She has not only represented the monarchy with elegance and strength but has become a figure of emotional support for the royal family, especially for Kate during her most vulnerable times. Her bond with the Middletons is well known behind palace walls, though rarely spotlighted in public. Yet here she was, sharing smiles and knowing glances with Carole and Mike, as though the burdens of recent months were temporarily lifted by this shared moment of quiet solidarity. And then there was King Frederick of Denmark, arguably the most surprising presence in the box. The Danish monarch, elegant in his tailored suit, offered a sense of gravitas and calm. His solo appearance, without Queen Mary by his side, sparked a flurry of speculation. Was this an intentional diplomatic gesture? A personal moment of connection with his British counterparts? Or perhaps both? What is certain is that King Frederick's presence was not random. The connection between the British and Danish royal families is long-standing, rooted in centuries of shared history, familial ties, and ceremonial protocol. But on this day, it wasn't about tradition. It was about people, and King Frederick's warm, engaged demeanor toward both Duchess Sophie and the Middletons suggested a genuine respect and perhaps a deeper, unspoken purpose, support, recognition, and possibly even solace. The camera flashes didn't capture every whispered exchange, every subtle glance, but the public saw enough. The image of Carole Middleton laughing softly at something King Frederick said. Mike Middleton leaning in with genuine interest as Sophie spoke. It felt less like a staged royal tableau and more like a heartfelt reunion of allies, bound by shared trials and triumphs. What makes this moment even more poignant is the context. In recent months, the Princess of Wales has stepped back from public duties due to health challenges, and Prince William has shouldered increasing responsibilities. The Middletons, ever discreet, have remained in the background, protecting their daughter and grandchildren from public intrusion. And yet, here they were, making a powerful public appearance not with their daughter, but with royal representatives from both Britain and Denmark. The message: strength, unity, endurance. The royal box at Wimbledon has always been a place of high society, where royals and dignitaries meet amid the timeless tradition of lawn tennis. But this moment transcended sport. It offered a glimpse into the real emotional landscape of today's monarchy. It reminded the world that royal life is not just about crowns and ceremonies, it's about human connection, about the quiet alliances and bonds that sustain these public figures through the storms of scrutiny, illness, and pressure. Duchess Sophie's presence carried with it her usual mix of warmth and grace. As a royal who has evolved tremendously over the years, from a PR executive to a trusted senior royal, she represents the modern monarchy's softer, more relatable side. Her friendship with Catherine is well documented, but her connection to Carole Middleton is rarely on display. Yet, As they shared gentle nods and engaged conversation, their rapport was undeniable. These were two women who had stood beside the Princess of Wales during her most difficult times. Sophie is a royal sister-in-law, and Carole is her mother. Together, they symbolized maternal strength, royal resilience, and unwavering loyalty. King Frederick's involvement, however, added an international flair to the gathering. The Danish king has faced his own share of scrutiny and change, ascending the throne after Queen Margrethe's abdication, balancing royal duties with a modern family, and supporting his wife Queen Mary amid increasing public expectations. His decision to attend Wimbledon, to sit beside key figures of the British monarchy, felt deliberate. It was not a casual appearance. It was a royal gesture across borders, a subtle nod to the importance of unity, friendship, and shared values among monarchies navigating the 21st century. The Middletons, too, made a quiet statement. By joining such esteemed company in such a visible setting, they showed the world they are not fading into the background. They remain relevant, dignified, and respected within royal circles. Their appearance spoke volumes, not through speeches or interviews, but through poise, presence, and proximity. This gathering comes at a time when the British royal family faces one of its most emotionally charged periods in decades. With King Charles battling illness, Princess Kate undergoing treatment, and Prince Harry and Meghan continuing to cast shadows from across the Atlantic, the monarchy has had to adapt quickly. And in that adaptation, new figures have emerged into the spotlight, figures like Sophie, like Frederick, like the Middletons. It's these moments of humanity, that redefine how the public perceives royalty. They remind us that beyond the palaces and pearls, these are real people supporting each other through complex lives. They suffer, they laugh, they lean on one another, just like any family would. But they do it with the world watching. The crowd at Wimbledon that day may have come to watch tennis, but what they witnessed in the royal box was far more profound. They saw a rare convergence of strength, compassion, and royal diplomacy. They saw a gathering that honored both tradition and evolution. And they saw, perhaps most importantly, the quiet but powerful presence of the Middletons standing tall beside a king and a duchess, not as outsiders but as valued members of a wider royal tapestry. In a world where royal scandals often dominate headlines, this serene, emotionally rich appearance offered something different. It offered hope. It reminded royal watchers that behind every headline is a story of human connection. And in that royal box, for one glorious afternoon, that story was told without words, but with every smile, every glance, and every shared moment between old friends and new allies. So now we ask, what does this gathering truly mean for the future of the monarchy, both in Britain and Denmark? What private discussions took place that day which could shape public decisions tomorrow? Could this be the beginning of a new era of cross-royal unity, forged not through treaties, but through friendship? Only time will tell, but one thing is certain, the world will be watching. If you found this moment as captivating as we did, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to our channel. Leave a comment below. What do you think this powerful royal appearance signals for the future of royal diplomacy?